Ptolemy dynasty. It was a part of the Hellenistic society who established power in the 3rd century. So she was very powerful. She was passionately devoted to her Egyptian subjects, so she really liked Egypt, and she portrayed herself as the goddess Isis. When Rome was expanding, she saw it as the perfect time to protect Egypt, so she used her beauty as an advantage and fell in love with Julius Caesar, and they had a kid, Caesarion. Caesar put a statue of Cleopatra of Isis that gained her a lot of power and authority. Then when Caesar was murdered, she returned back to Alexandria, where she fell in love with Mark Antony. And with that, they got married, and he granted her a lot of power. So the big takeaway from this is that she's very smart. She did whatever it took to protect Egypt when Rome was rising. And she ended up to be a very powerful woman through her beauty.
For a limited time only, Cicero is back from the dead. After Mark Antony prosecuted Cicero as a public enemy, he tried to escape, but ended up getting his hands and head chopped off. But as I mentioned before, he is back, and one of the best psychiatrists of his time. Cicero has a lot on his resume. First of all, he was one of the conspirators who planned the murder of Julius Caesar. He has been in the professional counseling business for several years. Some of his most famous clients include Cassius, the head of the conspirators who plotted against and killed Caesar, and Octavian, aka Augustus, Caesar's adopted son who later became the founder and ruler of the Roman Empire. Customers give Cicero's counseling sessions a 10 out of 10. If you want to kill a leader of Rome, then call Cicero. If you need help starting a civil war, then call Cicero. If you want advice on your everyday problems, like who to kill next or what dress to wear tomorrow, then call Cicero. Cicero, the best psychiatrist, back in 44 and 43 BCE and in the 21st century. But wait, there's more. If you call right now, we'll throw in an extra session for free. That's 2 sessions for the price of 1. Call 1-800-1-CICERO today.
So Cicero's full name was Marcus Tullius Cicero. He was born in January 106 BCE. He was one of the conspirators who planned to kill Caesar, and at this time he was a statesman, so he was inside and could manipulate inside the central power. I said he was a psychiatrist because Trebonius, Cassius, and Octavian all wrote to him asking for advice, and he replied to them. So Trebonius wrote to Cicero, and Cicero replied, talking about that he wasn't happy that they spared Mark Antony, and he was unhappy that killing Caesar started a civil war. And also Cassius was asking him for advice, and Cicero responded saying that he is mad because even though Caesar is dead, they're still following his rules and ways. So Octavian also asked for advice, and Cicero wrote about his letters from Octavian. So the first one he said Octavian has a great scheme. He's winning allies by paying them off. He wants war with Antony and to become ruler. And also the second letter he wrote about was Octavian wants him to be in Rome. Cicero is worried of Antony's power, but that Octavian will not do well without him. So then the war started, civil war started, and Cicero openly sided with Octavian, and he gave many speeches speaking badly about Antony, but he didn't have much leverage because he didn't have any legions, and they were all listening to Antony and weren't listening to him. So Antony prosecuted him as a public enemy. He tried to run away, but was captured, and his hands and head were put in the Roman center as a sign of fear to the people to not go against the government.